Hello? Is anyone there today? Am I by myself today? That'd be sad. Although, uh, this intro I feel like has gotten repetitive. I say the same thing every week. Hello, everyone. uh, yeah, hello. It's good to see you all today again. It's been a week since the last one, and I've already missed you, so, you know, back at it again this week. For Xavier Part 2, indeed. I don't know how many Xaviers. I feel like we've had one main one, but we've also talked about him multiple times in different, like the side character stream we talked about him. So we've talked about him quite a bit. And so this stream is long overdue. Long overdue. Why today, though? Why not? Why not? Is something going on today that I shouldn't be streaming for some reason? I don't know. It's Sunday, and we stream on Sundays. So, yeah. Okay, so today we are doing Xavier's stream, and yeah, basically we're not doing the character sheet. We haven't done the character sheet for very many characters recently. I mean, we haven't done too many characters anyway, but the character sheet I feel like is more for main characters. Xavier's sort of like there, but not like a Superman. I don't know. We're sort of like, I don't know why we haven't been doing the character sheet. It's just, it takes a long time, and there's a lot to fill out on there. So we're just sort of like doing the more basic stuff and the more necessity stuff, so that way we can build up everything, I think. I don't know. Anyway, hopefully we will finally figure out what Xavier is. Who Xavier is, I guess. I don't know. Maybe we will. Maybe it'll just be the same thing. Maybe we'll develop two characters at once. Although I'm pretty sure I have a better idea of who Xavier is in my head. Although we will have to talk about it. So, today we're going to be talking about Xavier's personality, his need, want, goal. I suppose I should probably switch over. That's probably a good idea. Okay. So, we have his basic description in the Holy Page Turner Bible. We have the need, the want, the goal, his relationship with Nico, relationship with his parents, relationship with Ellie, which we sort of already have, and then Xavier's past. Because I feel like there was a big transition between who Xavier was and who Xavier is today. It's blurry. Shouldn't be blurry. Is it blurry? Is the quality bad for anyone else? It shouldn't be bad. It should be just fine. So, that's sort of what we have planned for today. It's blurry? No, it's fine. Okay. Okay, click the little, I think it's either the settings or the three dots icon. Go to quality and make sure it's at a higher setting, because we should be streaming in 1080p. So, change the setting if it's blurry where you are. And if you're watching on data, it will be like low quality. Or if your Wi-Fi is just being bad. Yeah, okay. Okay, we are good. We're good. Okay, glad we fixed that issue. So, I guess, are we ready to get started? I sort of just hopped right into it. I didn't ask if we had any, like, initial comments to say or anything to add to what we should talk about today. I don't know how long this is going to take, but this should take the whole time, maybe. Okay, looks like we're ready. Excuse me. Need some water a little bit here. Can't be having a water break this early in the stream. Oh boy, this is going to be a rough one, I can already tell. Alright, so Xavier is Nico's older brother. When Xavier and Nico were little, they would go on adventures until one day, Xavier accidentally caused Nico to lose an eye. Oops, sorry. Ever since then, Xavier has wanted Nico to stay safe, but Nico wants nothing more than to experience the same thrill as he did on that day. That caused Xavier to doubt his choices and himself. Xavier is overprotective of Nico, but he doesn't have confidence to actually stop him. He doesn't have the confidence to actually stop him. His goal is to live a safe life, free of danger, and to protect those around him. Xavier self-sabotages because he feels responsible for ruining his little brother, so he doesn't deserve to be happy. The problem is that Nico doesn't think of himself as ruined, and he thinks that Xavier is purposefully controlling him and holding him back from doing what he wants. Xavier needs to finally move on and forgive himself instead of constantly trying to fix Nico. Dun dun dun. Sad. Okay. There's the basic description of what we have for right now. Yeah. So, we don't have too much about his past. Last week, we sort of talked a lot about Nico. And Nico, we sort of dived deeper into his past a little bit. As far as, like, the whole fire accident. But we never really talked about too much about how Xavier had an influence on Nico when he was younger. So we don't know too much about how Xavier acted when he was a lot younger. So I feel like that's going to be important. And we also need to talk about the time frames, because the time frames are going to be important, because we're talking Xavier was a less intense version of what Nico is now back a little while ago, right? But there can't just be like this instant night day like change where Xavier goes from this like hardcore, yeah, let's go do parkour and skateboard and whatnot, to being like, oh, let's not do that, let's be safe, let's be careful and overprotective and whatnot, right? So there has to be at least a year of transition time where Xavier has sort of separated himself, done a lot of thinking, and that way there can be a lot more of a realistic transition from who Xavier is, because there's quite a dramatic change there. That's quite a dramatic change. He's going from a less intense version of Nico to a super overprotective guy. So there has to be at least a year. A year to me is also too short. So I feel like it has to be 1 year of pretty much no talking to Nico at all, right? And then I don't know, Nico probably wouldn't take a break. So it would be Nico going off and Xavier's just sort of in his own world thinking about this and be like, oh my god, whatever. He's doing whatever he wants to do, I guess. And then the next year, he's like, okay, I've sort of gotten used to this. He's a little bit more like there, and he notices a lot more about what Nico's doing. And then eventually, somewhere along the line, within the second year, he's like, wait, Nico's still doing this dangerous stuff. Why is he doing that? He probably shouldn't be doing that. Like, does he want to get in another bad accident or something? Like, I feel like I should try to stop him. And so it starts off with him being like, okay, maybe you don't do this yet. Or not yet, don't do it at all. Like, don't go do this event, like this super intense parkour adventure thing, you know, at an abandoned building. Don't do that. That's bad. Nico goes anyway, but Xavier, like, that's just Xavier's way of saying, let's calm down a little bit, you know, you don't want to get hurt. But then it gets more intense, and Xavier starts, like, you know, actually, you know, starting to hold Nico back a little bit. Originally, we were like Xavier, soft boy. Should we change that? No, I don't think so. He's a soft boy now, but in the past, he was not. In the past, he was a lot more intense than he is now. Because you have to remember, Xavier is what got Nico into all these like advanced stunts and stuff like that. But as Xavier matured and grew up and had this traumatic incident happen, he realized, what did I create? I caused Nico to be like this, both mentally and physically with the eye. And he's like, this is all my fault. I shouldn't have done that. I should have thought about it more. And so that's why he's trying to help Nico get out of it. Because he just is like, Nico, you have to realize this is dangerous. You can't keep doing this, because eventually you're going to get hurt. So, yeah. It's just, Xavier is still a soft boy, but he's he wasn't always the soft boy. Right? I think, are we all on the same track there? I think, right? Am I wrong? Did I miss something? I think that's sort of what we're going for, right? Is he wasn't a soft boy and now he is. Yes, in the past, before the incident, and you could even say, like, as time was going on, even before the incident where the fire occurred, you could say, well, he was starting to tone it down a little bit, right? Like, maybe they went out and did, like, super intense stuff, but then they started, like, as he got older, he was like, okay, let's stop doing some of these bad things, you know, because it could be dangerous, and he's just being a little bit more conscious. But, you know, after this incident, it was like, shoot, that was bad. And so then he had a couple... I mean, yeah, soft boys can love danger too, but I don't know. He just doesn't strike me as... Yeah. Eventually, Xavier is going to... Like, even if this incident didn't occur, he was eventually going to transition from this intense guy to this more soft boy. Right? Because that's just sort of how life is. But... This traumatic event sort of like was a catalyst to this and sort of sparked it to intensify a lot. Possibly, like, he's probably more overprotective now than he would have been had he not had that event happen. So, okay, I mean, fair enough. I just don't think of super parkour loving danger guy as also being a soft boy. But, I mean, he can have a soft side as well when he was younger, too. I just don't know exactly what that would look like, so we can figure out that later. Okay, so, do we have anything else to comment on the basic Nico, or not Nico, sorry, on the basic Xavier description? Do we sort of understand? Well, we didn't even like talk about who yet. We'll talk about that later. Let's do the need, want, and goal. That'll help us. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I just in my head wasn't able to think properly of how that would look. So he can be a soft boy in the past too. I just don't... I would have to see like an example of what that would look like. I just thought from the beginning he was not as soft and he just transitioned. I don't know. We could talk about that later. Let's talk about the need, the want, and the goal. He needs... The need is something that he physically needs to improve. The want is something that he wants to achieve or get. And his goal... The goal... How is the goal... The want isn't necessarily the goal. Is the goal long term? Mr. Fruit, do you remember the exact definition between the want and the goal? These are all fairly similar. Want, get closer, bond to Nico. I don't... The need is what is needed for Xavier to grow as a character, right? That one's more self-explanatory. Yes, let's climb that building. The view is gorgeous. Oh, you scratch your leg. Is it bleeding? Don't worry, I'll give you a band-aid. When we get to the top, just don't fall. Okay, I could kind of see that. Maybe he's... he's more intense, but he's also prepared, right? And he's like, he puts safety as a higher priority than Nico does, but he does want to accomplish the goal. Okay, the want is what Xavier wants, but is holding him back from the need. The goal is just what Xavier wants to achieve. The want is what Xavier wants, but is holding him back from the need. Okay. Right. So... okay, so what he wants... okay, my guess is for what he wants is... he wants Xavier... sorry, he wants Nico to stop going on dangerous adventures? Is that the right word? Is that... he wants Nico to stop being dangerous. Is that maybe a better way to put it? Cause if he's wanting Nico to become less dangerous, right? That's not allowing him to move on to forgive himself. He wants to be overprotective of Nico. I don't think that's true. I don't think he wants to be overprotective of Nico. The reason he is overprotective of Nico is because he wants Nico to become less dangerous and become more safer and stop doing all these dangerous activities, right? The only reason he is overprotective is because of that. Does that make sense? So I don't think he wants to necessarily be overprotective, because then that gets into some weird like brother complex thing, which we don't need to get into. So I think it's better to say that he wants Nico to realize what he's doing is dangerous and to sort of like grow out of it. He wants Nico to stop, not just tone it down. Right. That's a good way to put it. I think he wants Nico to stop being dangerous. Stop being dangerous. And we will bold. Nah, I think this is fine. Okay. So Xavier needs to finally move on and forgive himself instead of constantly trying to fix Nico. That's what he physically needs to improve and to level up as a person, I guess. What he wants is he wants Nico to stop being dangerous, and the reason why this is preventing him from reaching the need is because while he's wanting Nico to stop being dangerous, and this is causing him to sort of be overprotective of him, and it's not allowing him to move on and forgive himself, because he's constantly injecting himself into Nico's life, being like, hey, stop this, and Nico's just being like, why are you telling me to stop? I'm gonna keep doing it because you're telling me to stop. And so if he were to stop, Nico might realize on his own that, okay, I need to sort of grow up a little bit and maybe stop putting my life in danger so much, right? And then his goal, what he wants to achieve, is to live a safe life free of danger and to protect those around him. So, yes. That's the need, the want, and the goal. I really love these three because these really help define who the character is, and that's great. Stop. Okay. Stop doing. That's stop being dangerous. I guess that's a good way to to change it to. Maybe his true goal is a tad different. Are you saying? Well, what do you think his true goal would be then? Because at the point he has to accept Nico and his not safe things. Yeah. I mean, eventually he would, but that's sort of the thing, right? This is his current goal from the start of the series, but eventually he's gonna realize that there's no. I just have to stop. That's the thing. He either has to get Nico to stop doing dangerous stuff, and then that will cause this to fix itself, or he has to accept, he just has to stop doing this, and he has to ignore his want and be like, you know what, whatever, I don't care anymore. And then Xavier, then that would also allow Xavier to move on and forgive himself. So this, I mean, he can still achieve his goal, while his goal is kind of separate from these two things, because his goal doesn't really have anything to do with Nico necessarily. You could sort of like tack it on and be like, okay, well, Nico's around him and he wants to protect him, which in which case is true, but Nico isn't going to always be with Xavier. That's the thing. So, but eventually when Xavier finally realizes that Nico is going to this dangerous world, and it's like, oh my gosh, she's doing dangerous things all the time, like even more on a different level than we ever knew. That's gonna cause Xavier to be like, oh boy, this isn't ever gonna go away, is it? And that's gonna start causing him to question, like, is he ever gonna change, right? Like it's clear that he likes Ilaria better than Earth. He spends a lot more time there, and you know, it's magic. There's duels, and there's all this cool stuff there. It's like, is the danger ever gonna go away? And I mean, you have to keep in mind, he's gonna be the next Guardian. So like, he's never gonna go away. So yeah, he will eventually move on and realize that he just needs to stop. As far as how Xavier is finally going to move on, I don't know if that's going to be closer to the end of the series or halfway through. I would think that should be something sort of towards the end, when sort of the whole family gets together. And this is sort of what we were talking about last week, with the parents finally like getting a divorce and being like, okay, you know, let's end this on a relatively good note. And Nico sort of explains the future, and then that's when Xavier's like, you know what, I'll accept this. Like everything, all the events have sort of built up to this moment for Xavier, and Xavier finally realizes that, yes, this is who Nico is. He's going to be doing this forever, and I just have to accept that. And he accepts that in the final episode, possibly, or not necessarily the final one, but during that family reunion thing. He's done trusting Nico, but that will happen when Nico evolves. Right. Towards the end of the series, right? And I think that's a good point. I think how Nico should act, particularly in the beginning of the series, is he's super dangerous. He's putting himself in danger and all this stuff. And then that incident with Luna happens, and then he's like, he starts to realize and acknowledge that his actions have consequences, and the actions of others also have consequences, which is why he starts to realize that, like, well, shoot, if I were to get hurt, I would be hurting other people, not just myself, right? And so he starts to realize all this consciously. Although it doesn't necessarily affect him directly yet. It just adds on to that snowball. That's sort of the general theme is all these things. It starts off small, and then as things keep going, they just grow bigger and bigger and bigger. That's how it's happened with Luna, Nico, Xavier, everyone. It's all just like a general overtime change in people. So yeah, Nico, I think, will eventually evolve into someone who thinks about things properly and is like, okay, let's think about the danger and let's not make sure, like, if there's a risk, sure, we'll take the risk, but not if it's at the cost of something like too bad, you know? And then that causes Nico to become possibly a better strategist, because he's like, okay, so there is a risk, but the risk is a lot lower, you know? And so we can do this without too much fear, because I have trust in myself to do all these dangerous things because I've been doing them for years, right? And so I would just help him become a way better person as far as combat, I guess, goes, because he could be like, okay, I can do less dangerous things a lot easier because I was doing the super hard dangerous things before, and I'm not going to do those anymore because they are dangerous. But that just means I'm like really good at this like semi-dangerous stuff, which makes the percentage of failure go way down. So maybe at one point teach Nico some prevention that Nico ends up using in fights. Okay, I see. Yeah, I think a big defining episode should be Xavier gets kidnapped or he gets lost on Ilaria, and Nico comes to save him, and Nico, maybe Xavier is like in, I don't know, in the jungle, right? And then Nico has to help him escape the jungle, and there's all these dangerous things, and Nico's doing all these cool fire moves and like protecting Nico. This would be sort of towards the end of the series a little bit, when Nico can properly weigh the risks for the return and stuff like that. But yeah, how would you kidnap Xavier? I don't know. That was just something I threw out. So yeah. Okay, so that's good. His relationship with Nico, as far as the start of the show, Xavier is, because a lot of the beginning stuff where this all starts is before the show actually would start. And so as far as right now, Xavier and it's not very good. What do we think? What are we thinking? What if Ellie gets in trouble and Nico has to force Xavier to get back into who he was, but in a safer way? That's a good idea. I really like that. I'm gonna put that in the ideas channel on Discord. I really like that idea. I could figure out where it's here. Idea collection. Okay, I like that. Okay, relationship with Nico. Let's see. Anyone got any ideas on what I should write down for here? Huh? What? Do you guys not know your Wi-Fi went out? Okay. We're talking about Nico's relationship with Xavier at the very beginning of the show. So what's their relationship look like? Yeah, it's very complicated. The way I envision it right now is Nico tries to avoid Xavier, which is okay because Xavier isn't necessarily trying to physically be with Nico. He's there from the shadows. Right, Xavier's in the shadows, watching over Nico. Nico sort of realizes it, but not always. And so Nico just always likes to stay away from Xavier because he's like, bro, Xavier, leave. Leave me alone. Sorta. Yeah. Xavier is like stalker. He watches over Nico in the shadows. Okay, I'm just gonna copy and paste this. Thank you. You're a good writer, Mr. Ford. I appreciate that. Nico avoids Xavier because he feels trapped by him, and Xavier wants to keep his distance because of this, which leads to Xavier trying to protect him from the shadows. Okay. Which then leads to Xavier digging around and finding the notebook. Oh, your English teachers don't agree? That's sad. This leads to Xavier yeah, well, English teachers have a very particular way with how you're supposed to write very academically with English teachers. I don't like writing academically. I like writing in a more like personal, like we're having a conversation kind of thing. That's how I like to write. And I think that's sort of like you have a good combination between like personal and academic. It feels more academic, but it also feels like we're just having a conversation. So as far as like writing an English paper, you're maybe not up to par because that's just not the style that we're writing in for this. But for this kind of writing, it's really good. Like where we're just like writing a description of like, you know, like we were having a conversation. Right, with the power of movies and self-taught. Yeah. Yeah, I can't believe, Raw Linux, that you're self-taught in English. That's really cool. Okay, we need to move on from this English lesson. It's not even a lesson. Okay. Relationship with Nico. This is good. He doesn't have much of a relationship with Nico, which I think is illustrated by the smaller description. His relationship with parents. What is his relationship? What is Xavier's relationship with his parents? Are they close? I don't know. I think as time has gone on, I think the parents would find, because you have to remember, they did all this dangerous stuff. So I don't know if Xavier's parents and Nico's parents would exactly be in a really solid relationship with the parents, because the parents are always like, look, don't go do dangerous stuff. That's bad. Don't do that. And then when the accident came around, the parents sort of distanced themselves. Xavier distanced themselves. That makes the relationship really awkward. So what are we thinking? Maybe at the beginning, Xavier and Nico get so bad along that people think Ellie is the sister. That's a good idea. I like that. I'm going to write that. I'm going to copy that. Let's see. In the beginning. Xavier and Nico don't get. Okay, that's good. I like that. Xavier feels more responsible for Nico because of the lack of attention. Yep. That's also a good one. Gonna delete these ha-has. Xavier feels more responsible for Nico because of the lack of attention the parents give the boy. Would that be the relationship with the parents? The parents I feel like Nico and Xavier are both going to have sort of the same relationship with the parents. Okay. So I think the way that this is going, the mom trusts... We had a name for the mom. I don't remember what it was, though. Xavier, too. Help. Yeah. More now than she did a couple of years ago. Okay. Parents, but it is a little more distanced. Most family. Xavier can hold... Yeah. That's good. Healthier. I guess, I mean, it would be a little bit... I wouldn't even consider this a healthy relationship because the parents... Everything about Nico's family at this point is really unhealthy and really bad. So, I think... It's a stretch to call Xavier's more healthy when it's not healthy at all. So, there's a lot of problems. Okay, I think that's good. And does anyone else have anything else to add? But I think we're good. I think, yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure we're good. Relationship with Ellie. Before we get onto that, for the recap episode, I'm just going to reread all these things. So that way it makes it a lot easier. Oh, maybe the grandma. Okay, I like that idea too. Yeah. Alright, cool. I like that. Good. Okay, for the recap episode. Xavier's relationship with Nico. Xavier is like a stalker. He watches over Nico from the shadows. Nico avoids Xavier because he feels trapped by him, and Xavier wants to keep his distance because of this, which leads Xavier to trying to protect him from the shadows. Sort of similar sentences there. This leads to Xavier digging around and finding the notebook. In the beginning, Xavier and Nico don't get along, so people think Ellie is the sister. Xavier feels more responsible for Nico because of the lack of attention the parents give the boys. Okay, so that's the relationship with Nico. Relationship with the parents. The dad is always working, and the mom expects Xavier to look after Nico. The mom trusts Xavier more now than she did a couple of years ago because Xavier was like a more dangerous boy a couple of years ago. Xavier has a better relationship with his parents, but it is a bit more distanced than most families. Xavier can hold a pretty good conversation with his parents, but it's a bit distant. Maybe the grandma can try to fix the family's relationship or something. So that's his relationship with his parents / grandma a little. Well, no, not even grandma. That's not sort of. I mean, the grandma's just sort of there right now. Maybe. Okay, sweet. Relationship with Ellie. Ellie is Xavier's girlfriend, by the way. Xavier met his girlfriend at the cafe he works at. She sees through his defenses and excuses. Okay, I'm just gonna reread this, okay? Let's reread this. Relationship with Ellie. Xavier met his girlfriend at the cafe he works at. God dang it. Stop. I told you, I need water. I told you today would be bad. Okay. I have watered up. Although I don't know if that's going to help or not. O2. Yes, let's do this. Relationship with Ellie. Xavier met his girlfriend at the cafe he works at. She sees through his defenses and the excuses he makes in the name of protecting those around him. Her more assertive personality gives Xavier a chance to learn how to be more confident in himself and his decisions. Most people don't understand her, but Xavier and her have a mutual understanding that allows them to support each other. Boom. Magic water. Fantastic. Yes, I like this. I like this. I wanted... We don't know too much about Ellie's character, but she seems like a pretty funny person. So, yeah. She feels like that one character, because isn't she that one character that... Wait, was she that one character, or was she different? She was either the character that everyone looks up to, but she's actually different in actuality, or she's that person that everyone stays away from because she's seen as crazy or something. I can't remember which one it was, but it was one of those two. Ellie should help Xavier learn his attitude itself is dangerous and causes it to hurt Nico. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, that's good. What is Ellie's personality? I don't remember. It's been too long. Isn't it because she was like studying in the cafe for like 5 hours? That was more of her thing with Kate. Right? Kate didn't like Ellie and Kate fight each other a little bit because she gives off this intense aura in the cafe, and Kate is like, leave. You're scaring away the customers. They could feel the aura from outside, remember? 50% darling, 25% crazy, 25% bravery. Maybe it's, yeah. That's pretty good. She was intensely working. Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember specifically what. Did we have an Ellie stream? I can't remember if we had an Ellie stream or if it was just part of the side character stream. I don't know. Okay. Well, anyway. We're doing pretty good. We're also doing pretty good on time. It's only been 40 minutes. Her concentration was so intense that everyone left the cafe. Yeah. I remember that specifically. That's like one of the few things I remember about Ellie. I just didn't remember what her personality and how people perceived her was. Like, is it like everyone looks up to her because she's super smart and whatever, but in reality she's a lot different from what she looks or what people think of her as? Or I think she was only in the side character streams. Probably. Yeah. I would think, in my head, she's always been sort of the smart one between the two. Right? She had... I don't know. In my head, she also had good grades and... Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember too well, but it's all good. People are intimidated by her. Is that what it was? I think that's right. She could also be that one character that's like super strong, you know. Maybe she is born smart and Xavier's learned smart. Is Xavier smart? Unless if like everyone else is buffering. Oh, is it buffering for everyone? I don't know why this is. My stuff says it's all fine, so I don't know. YouTube says excellent connection. OBS says it's green. I don't know. The past minute, we've only been talking about how it's been buffering, so we're good. Oh, yeah, we were talking about, is Xavier smart? Is he above, below, or at average? As far as smart. And there's a difference. Is he, like, more book smart or street smart? Like, does he know a lot of facts and information? Or does he know how to apply what facts he has? Because to me, Ellie just seems like a more smart person. If we're going with what Ralunix said as far as smart, born smart and learn smart, born smart is more of knowing how to apply the information you're given, whereas as learn smart is more of like you know a lot of facts and information, although you can learn how to think better. So it definitely depends. I think Ellie strikes me as someone who's both. She spends a lot of time studying, but she knows how to apply her knowledge, right? Xavier can also be street smart, but I don't know. I feel like he would be more application smart, right? Because if he's always prepared, with bandages and whatnot, being more safe. Like, he wants to do all these dangerous things, but he's like, okay, we got to make sure it's a little bit safe, right? So he would know how to do a lot of things, but that wouldn't necessarily know he knows, like, knowledgeable, like, book stuff, right? Maybe. I don't know. It's a little complicated. Ellie should come from a good family and have her character story arc already done. She put it together and can maybe help Xavier grow. Oh, she is put together. Right. Yeah. I think Ellie should probably be the most, I don't want to say mature, but the most developed character out of all of them. I agree. I think she should have a backstory episode of some kind where she explains who she is and what her problem was and how that problem was solved. So I think that should be something that is already done, and so she can use that knowledge of how she got past her problem. And yeah, I think that's a good idea. Wasn't like she's indecisive and in need to choose like a university or college or something? I don't remember. That's a good question. Although, I think if that was the problem, I think she should be in university. I think Xavier and Ellie should both be in university right now. I think Xavier should be junior or senior in high school. So he's about to graduate. Either in a year or 2 years. And Xavier, I think, should be his first year of college. And I think Ellie should be 2 years in to college. Second year of college. So that would mean that we'd have to adjust the ages a little bit, but I think that's fine. This would allow Xavier to have just sort of met Ellie, but Ellie would sort of already, if her problem was something to do with college, then that problem would already be solved because she's obviously in the college that she's attending now. So I don't think she should be a complete character. I think one problem is she could have is that she's too dependent on Xavier. Possibly. That could be another like sort of side problem, but I feel like as far as we can't have every single character have their own arc and have like a big problem that they have to solve, right? There's going to be a few characters like Xavier, Nico, Luna. But all the characters, but I don't think Ellie should be one. I think Ellie should be one of the more level-headed characters. Like, she's already been through all this stuff, so she already knows sort of she's experienced the big problem that the characters are having. Although, I mean, her problem is different. It's just she's already faced some troubles, so she knows how to help other people a little bit more. Maybe she could be the mentor in the story. It's nice to see a change of that. Not always an old... Yeah. I think, like I said, I think she should be not necessarily the more mature one, but the more level-headed and there to give advice character. Okay, she can... I think she's going to be obsessed with Xavier, right? Because she sits in the cafe, waiting for Xavier's shift. She's definitely obsessed, and you could argue that she's too reliant on Xavier, and that could be a problem, right? But that's not like a super major problem. Like, that's not something that necessarily needs to be fixed this instant. That's more of something where it's like, okay, maybe you should learn how to be a little bit more independent. But, like, it's not... That's more of an obsession-based thing, not so much of a, like, you know... like a big issue that's impacting her character, and once she solves this issue, she's going to be a completely changed person. Like, becoming a little bit more independent's not going to change her completely. So I think that's fine, but I'm talking about maybe her big problem, if it had something to do with choosing a university or whatever it was, that's already behind her, so that way she can help focus on Xavier a little bit more, you know? And also help the other characters as well, sort of like guide them and give them advice, maybe. Like she needed to choose a career, maybe. Possibly. I don't know exactly what her problem would be, but... yeah. So is Ellie like Marinette to Xavier, but not all of it? A little bit. A little bit. I guess you could kind of relate it to that. It's just not as clumsy and stuff like that. No. You didn't like that. I'm talking about obsession based. She's more upset. Not as obsessed, but I think she is obsessed with Xavier. Because, I mean, you have to... like, she sits in the cafe whenever she can during Xavier's shifts. Like, that's what I would call an obsession. You know? Like, devoting most of your time to watch someone... No. I mean, okay, sure, you could go to the cafe like once a week and like be like, oh, I'm gonna go talk to this person I like, right? But there's a difference between that and going every single time this one person has a shift and then leaving when their shift is over, like specifically only going for that one person and going whenever you physically can. There's a difference between those two. So she's a little bit more obsessed with Xavier. Right, yeah. That's right, Kodmari. The level of which she likes Xavier is a little bit higher than most people. Don't make her jealous and stuff. I don't think she's gonna be like that. I think if she's this level-headed character that we're thinking of, in my head, she would realize, like, at least once they started dating, she would realize that, okay, Xavier's not going to cheat on me or anything, right? Because she would know, she knows how to read characters. That's sort of her thing, right? She can read characters. She knows who they are, how they act. That's why she can help all the other characters, right? She's just, that's kind of her character personality, right? As far as before they're dating, she might try to claim Xavier, which could have maybe a little bit of conflict, but I don't think it's going to be too big of an issue. Why not let her have this slip where she just tries to impress in a good way? She'd be cute. Okay, that's fine. Let's just say she doesn't have much going on in her life, so she just hyper focuses on the one person she's close to. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. She just focuses on what she likes. And in this case, it's Xavier. So she's putting most of her time into seeing Xavier. Okay, that's a good way to put it. Definitely not a problem. You have IRL? Dang. Okay, but don't make it seem bad. It's not going to seem bad. It's not going to seem bad. It's not going to be seen as... At least once they start dating. Before they start dating, that's a different story. But we don't know. We don't know what that's gonna look like. But as far as after they start dating, it's gonna level out to be more reasonable. It's just she's going to like being with Xavier. She would like to stay with Xavier most of the time. That's the thing. She just wants to be with Xavier. That's what we should leave it at. I think she just goes... Okay, what's going to happen? Okay, let's think about this from the eyes of Ellie. If I am Ellie and I like Xavier, right? The only times we go to the same university, sure, but the only times we're really seeing each other is at the cafe. That's why she goes to the cafe whenever he's in a shift. So that way she can be with Xavier, right? But once they start dating, the cafe isn't the only place they see each other. So she's going to stop going as much to the cafe while Xavier's working, and she's going to do her other stuff, so that way she has more free time when he's not working to spend that time with Xavier. Does that make sense? So she's not going to be at the cafe as much because she's going to be doing her other stuff that she has to do that she would do after she left the cafe, because at that time she wouldn't be with Xavier. But now that she's being able to be with Xavier outside of the cafe hours, she's going to be working during the cafe hours. Does that make sense? Yes, they were dating before the show starts, but we're talking about like if there was a backstory kind of thing. Like just in the past, like if they're explaining sort of like who Ellie is and what the relationship at the cafe was, or if like Nico and Luna are at the cafe and then like they see Xavier and Ellie walk in, and then Nico gets all like puts up his menu and whatnot, and then Kate walks over and he's like, or she's like, or Luna asks something like, "Yo, Nico, why are you doing that?" And then he says something, and then Kate comes over and then she explains this whole story like, "Oh man, it used to be so chaotic with those two because Ellie would just sit here and stare, and then like she would create this aura around her and it would drive customers away, and it was so annoying and blah blah blah." And then Luna would be like, "Oh, that's so funny," and whatnot, right? That's sort of how I envisioned that. I think she could still go to the cafe. They're both in college. They won't have much time. Okay, yes, she would still go to the cafe, and especially if she was just like studying, she could go to the cafe. But it's not going to be as much because she's going to have other stuff to do when she would rather be doing it with Nico outside of the cafe hours. So, yes, I think, okay, we get it, I think, right? We get it. Yeah. I mean, she would definitely go at least once a week. At least once a week, I think. With Nico. What? Ellie and Nico aren't going together. I mean, maybe a couple times, but, like, that's not a regular thing. Oh, did I say Nico on accident? I'm sorry. I don't... Oh, sorry. I didn't mean Nico. I don't know who I meant, but I didn't mean Nico with Ellie. I probably meant Xavier, but... I'm sorry, guys. We're still developing story. Okay, let me turn myself down a little bit. Test. Okay, we're good now. My audio has been fluctuating. So for whatever reason, I have to turn it up because it feels super low. And then eventually it like sort of turns back up. And then I'm like, well, great, now I gotta turn it a little bit down. I sound the same. Well, yeah, it should be about the same. But I can tell a small difference. So it's all good. When Xavier and Ellie go on a date on the cafe, and Nico and Luna are eating lunch, Ellie, isn't that Nico, Xavier? And then drama starts. Yes. Xavier and Nico showdown, and then Nico's like, "Let's get out of here. Let's leave." And then Luna's like, "What? Why? Why?" And then he's like, "Oh, I didn't know you have drama, or like Or maybe she just doesn't see. Maybe she knows the drama. I would assume she would know the drama between them. But yeah, Luna would probably try to be like, "Hey, Xavier's a cool guy. Let's give him a shot, you know? Let's think about this." Blake is eating popcorn in the back. Yes, that'd be funny. Okay. Fantastic. Let's do Xavier's past. Okay. So in the past, Xavier was an adventure-loving boy. He would like to do cool stunts similar to what Nico does today, but not as intense. Always make sure to be safe-ish. Always be ready for the scenario. Yeah. And Xavier was sort of like Nico, but toned down and more safe. More safe. Okay, what else should we add? You like being around friends? I don't know if he's more social. Was he social in the past? Then there's the fireworks. Yeah, I don't know how we would explain that necessarily, but I think the rationale sort of behind it is he really wanted to see fireworks, and he was really mad that he got in trouble for whatever reason. But his desire to see the fireworks was too great. And so he was like, it'll be fine. As long as we just shoot him straight up. Maybe in the beginning, Xavier started to do dangerous stuff because to get his parents' attention. However, over time, it became a habit. I don't know if it was to get his parents' attention because the parents didn't want it. That would be bad attention. Yeah, okay, maybe he founded the Irish Eyes. How's that? Okay. Water. So many water breaks today. Okay, that's good. It was his hangout group. And he played around with it. He founded the Irish Eyes and went. I don't know if adventure and parkour stunts. Okay. Is the delay pretty bad? I drank that water, it feels like a minute ago. Maybe the delay is bad. Okay, well, that's fine. It is fine. Six seconds? Well, that's not as bad as I thought it would. 11 seconds. Okay. Maybe maybe I was too involved in writing my sentence that I didn't see how long it took for people to react to the water. Maybe. I don't know. That's probably what it is. So, do we have anything else to add to Xavier's past? If there's nothing else to add to his past, is there anything else to talk about with his character in general? Should we talk about his relationship to the grandma? Maybe. I mean, I guess so. Okay, what's his relationship with the grandma? Join nature expeditions with Callisto just because I think it's cute. And Callisto should have been a very social person making events. What was Callisto's relationship with Nico and Xavier? He was a teacher, right? Yeah. Yeah, he was a teacher that Xavier and Nico were close with, right? Or was it just Xavier who was close with Callisto? This is what happens when you do a lot of world building. We forget all the character stuff. I'm fine with that. Yes, but here the teachers make events, not just for schools. Okay. Okay. That's good. That's good. Okay. That's good. Relationship with grandma. Loved being around her and loved being a good cook. That's interesting. Maybe Xavier liked to cook with his grandma. Okay. Learned. That's funny. Always enjoys cooking with her. To cook. Always enjoys to cook with her. That's interesting. I don't know why I wrote that. What else? What else? With her then. Closest to her? Closest. Okay, to her, I think is right. He. That's good. Okay, that's good too. Helping. Okay. She would look after him. That's good. You guys are... This is coming a lot easier than the other one. I guess everyone just likes the grandma better. Can she be the optimistic one? I don't know. We'd have to talk about her character personality, maybe. But I think maybe she'll try to be more optimistic, because the family is like torn apart right now, and so she's trying to put a better spin on it. So whether or not she's actually that way is a different story, but the way that she could sort of like perceive herself right now to try to just like help the family out, you know, bring them together a little bit. I love that. I love that, Robin. We're putting that in. I love that. Yeah, so she'd sort of be like open-minded. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, so they would do ASL with her because she is deaf. Although she could still speak, I would assume. I don't know when she lost her hearing, but I would assume that she could still speak. So my guess as to how this would work is she would be talking normally and signing at the same time, and so would Nico and Xavier. They would be signing, and they would also be speaking. So that way it's a little bit easier for the viewers. And maybe the animation, I don't know how that would work, but they would do this and speak, and she would speak and also sign. But of course her pitch would sound a little bit different because she can't hear how she's talking. So her pitch and the way she speaks is going to sound different. But, yeah. Thank you, Christopher. I appreciate it. Hey, G. Welcome. You're late. That's alright. You can watch the recap episode. Most people can still speak. My friend is an ASL person. Yeah. Yeah. She can still speak. It's just sometimes, since you can't hear yourself, your pitch and your tone sounds a little bit different because you don't know how you're speaking, so you don't know how to correct it. Not in all cases. That doesn't happen every time, but in some cases, that's sort of how hearing aids. Okay, I think if you're completely deaf, hearing aids won't work. But I don't know. I don't know too much about being deaf. Okay, because as you can tell, I am not deaf. I don't have anyone in my family who's deaf either. So. Okay, anything else to add with the grandma? Your grandma is going deaf. We scream at her and she appreciates it. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad she appreciates that, at least. You can still communicate, you know? You gotta do whatever you can to communicate. Okay. So if we're done with the grandma, then I'm going to do the recap episode thing. And we will be good. Okay, you guys have 15 seconds to say anything. To say something. Before I do the recap episode. 5, 4. We done. Okay, good. Alright. Test. Alright, I'm turning myself down a little bit. Not by too much. Alright, there we go. Is that better? That looks a little bit better. Although it might be a little bit too quiet, so I'm going to turn it back. Just a tad. Okay, she wants Nico. You got saved by the time, or by the audio. There you go. Okay. Relationship with the grandma. Oh, yeah. I don't remember her name, but she does have a name, I believe. Xavier learned how to cook from his grandma and always enjoys cooking with her. He always loved helping his grandma in the kitchen when cooking meals. He always helped her with the food, but sometimes he made a mess. He is closest to her than anyone else in their family, and he really admires her and goes to her when he needs comfort. She is positive and gives a better outlook on life than his parents, especially since his parents are a lot more distant now. She would look after him when he was being adventurous. You go, dear, break a leg. You're young, it heals. Love that quote. She wants Nico and Xavier to hug it out. Boom. There's the recap for the grandma. Yeah. Alright. What else do we got to do? We have about 40 minutes. What do we do with the last 40 minutes? We can play Among Us. I don't know. Because it takes like 15 minutes to set up. And by that time, we only have 30 minutes. And that's only enough time for like one game. Are we done with today? I mean, maybe we are done. Make him have a small relation with Callisto. Relationship with Callisto. I'm down with that. You can do that. I guess that will be sort of important when Callisto actually comes back. Okay. Raw Lunix, what do you want to put here? So you already know a bit about him? Oh, yeah, so you can already know about it. Yeah. Alright, I'll leave this up to you. You get to decide what his relationship with Callisto is. Well, I mean, I guess this would be here. What else? Motivational speaking. Going into nature, we have that here. What about motivational speaking? Like, Callisto gave... Is it motivational when he was feeling down or had something on his mind. How about that? Is that good? He taught Xavier to Okay. Boom. We'll drive Xavier to his... Okay. Who is Callisto? Callisto is the soul. I mean, that's half true. Callisto is a soul at this point in time, but he will be brought back eventually. Now Blake is very offended when Xavier asks about the car. So they have a weird relation. Looks odd, okay. Who's Xavier? He is not a soul. He is a human being. How old is Xavier now? Depends on how old we decide to make Nico. If Nico is like 16, that would put him junior year, I think. Yeah, now he's older. So if he's junior year at 16, 17 senior, 18 freshman college. So that would make Xavier 18 at least, yeah. He could be 18 or 19 depending on what month he was born. Maybe he helped Callisto hide the rocks around the city. High parkour places. Yes. That's actually a really cool idea. I like that. I think he should probably be a little bit older than 18, but I think probably 19 is good. There's only a 3-year gap between 16 and 19. Police has a motorbike. Does he have a motorbike and a car? You can have both. That's true. Yeah. All right. How did Xavier and Callisto? Callisto was a teacher. Callisto was Xavier's art teacher. And so that's how they met. 3 years is a lot the younger you are. So, like, if the eye incident happened when Nico was 8, then Xavier would be 11. Okay, well, if the eye incident happened 2 years ago, that would mean Nico was maybe 3 years ago. That would mean that Nico was 13 and Xavier was 16. 13 and 16, I don't think is as big of a difference. You're right. If it was like 8 and 11, that would be a big difference. But I think 13 and 16, it's not like as big. maybe. I don't know. It could be 2 years of difference. 2 or 3 years. Yeah. Something like that. Something. He's either 18 or 19. Or, you know, we could always move. 16 would be if Nico was a junior. But we could always just make him a senior. And then that would make him 17. Or 18. Depending on what month you were born. So. Yeah. Okay. Roland, is there anything else to add with Callisto, or can I do the recap? No, not 16 at senior. He'd be 17 at a senior. 17's the youngest, unless if you skipped a couple years. 17 is the youngest, at least in the US, that you could become a senior. I'm pretty sure. Without skipping a year. It sort of depends on what month you were born. And what month you started schooling. Callisto was Xavier's teacher. Well, this will probably be put in front. Hold on. Ba-ba-da-ba. Okay, good. We ready for the recap on this? Oh yeah, Pi Day. Yeah. I remember that. Okay, I'm going to assume we're good. Okay. Alright. Alright, okay. So, Xavier's relationship with Callisto. Callisto was Xavier's teacher. Once Xavier forgot his notebook at home because his parents were fighting, and Callisto went with him. After them, but heard the trouble in his house, they got attached. Then he got attached to him. Xavier joined the nature expeditions with Callisto, and Callisto should have been a very social person, making all the events. Callisto gave motivational speeches to Xavier when he was feeling down or had something on his mind. He taught Xavier to control his inner demons with art or whatever else he was passionate about. He would drive Xavier to his parkour sites when needed. Now Blake is very offended when Xavier asks about the car. So they have this weird relationship. The relationship's just interesting. Maybe he helped Callisto hide the rocks around the city, so like they would paint little rocks and then hide them in the city and stuff. That'd be cool. In the past. Or maybe some art was made on the tiles. He sometimes got rides home when he was out late. And Callisto has a motorbike. And boom. Boom! That's the recap with Callisto and Xavier. Yay. Alright, anything else to do with Xavier? I think this is pretty good. So what would happen after Callisto is stuck and Blake is in this body? Well, that's the thing. It's an odd relationship. So Blake would get kind of like mad. He'd be like, "What? I don't know you. Get out of here." All right. Well, we have half an hour. Blake is more of a mind your own business. Exactly, yes. That's how I envision him. It's like, you stay away from me, I'll stay away from you. We'll be good. When is the premiere of the show? That's a good question. That is a fantastic question. I have no idea. Minesweeper. We could do Minesweeper. It has been a while since we've done Minesweeper. Okay. Let me set it up. Did you like my little email notification? Got some emails. Whoops. Xavier finds it odd that Callisto is gathering his rocks. Yeah. That Callisto is Blake is gathering. Yeah. No, not Minesweeper. Minesweeper. Like this Minesweeper. But bam. Speed run. Oh yeah, can't you middle click? Like here? Yeah. Yeah. Boom. Boom. But bam. Let's go. No. It's there. Boom. Oh, what do we do next time? Completely forgot about that. That's right. What are we doing next time? What do we want to do next stream? We can discuss that while playing Minesweeper. What shall we do? Full recap? Okay. So next week, actually, I don't know what I'm doing this Sunday. Okay, here's my proposal. We have a week break, so next week we will be off, and then that will give us time to work on the updated Holy Bible, and then 2 weeks from now we do a recap over the past 17 or so episodes. How's that? That way people who are gone, although I don't know how what everyone's doing for Thanksgiving, but just for Thanksgiving break, I guess for those of you outside of the US, you wouldn't even be breaking. I propose we do a break, because I don't even know if I'll be free on next Sunday. So, I don't know. It might be better just to, like, have a week break, and then work on the recap document. And then 2 weeks from now, what would 2 weeks from now be? That would be the 6th, December 6th. How do we how do we feel about that? Is that good, or is everyone against? I don't know. I might be able to do something next Sunday, but I don't know. That's good. Are we all good with that? Oh, you won't be on the 6th? Well, you've been here most of the times. Plus, it's just a recap episode, so you don't have to be there for the stream. It is Saint Nicholas, and there you give gifts. Really? That's interesting. Okay, I don't know if we're doing it Among Us. Okay, let's just say we're gonna do a break week. Next week we're not doing a stream, but we will be working on setting up the recap document, and then on the 6th we will be doing the recap stream. Saint Nicholas and Santa here are not the same. That's really cool. Okay, I think that's what we should do. Back to Minesweeper. Boom. 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 Yeah. Your dad is Nicholas, so yeah. That's funny. That's really cool. December 6th is recap stream. Next Saturday, I can't promise anything as far as that. Although I will say, I will have to be doing. There will be a different stream for the Kwame Art Contest. So there will be a stream where I go over the final bracket, and so I will explain all that during the stream. But just so you know, there will be another stream for the Kwame Art Contest. So, yep. Yeah, you forgot about the Kwame Art Contest, but behind the scenes, we've been hard at work. So, yep. Past couple of days, and grinding, well, past couple of weeks, really. We've been grinding that out. Huge collab, sorta. Wasn't like a traditional collab, but there were other people, other YouTubers, that helped me out on that. So, yep, it was very cool, very fun. Da, 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 da. Five? Okay, so as far as the Kwame Art Contest goes, since there was... How many people did I have? There were 5 or 6 judges who helped me out on that. So I'm still waiting for other people to finish. But I can do the stream. I just need them to finish their brackets. So once the brackets are all finished... There were 16 total brackets. I did 6. Other people did 2 each. So we did brackets, and we had a rubric that we filled out points for. So once all 16 brackets are done, there will be one final bracket, with 16 Kwames each, from each of those other 16 brackets. So on stream, we will be going over that. Then we will have a rubric, and there will be probably some sort of vote system. I don't know how it's going to work. I'm going to need someone to help me out with creating polls live. So I ask Mr. Fruit or someone else to do that. And so the community will get to vote on their favorite Kwami. And then there will be like a situational based prompt, creativity based prompt, and then I will get a couple points to throw in what my suggestion on what my favorite one is, and then the chat will be able to vote. So then the Kwamis can do their bracket, and then we will have an official winner. And then I will be making a separate video on just like, because each of the judges made a video explaining who they were and what their favorite Kwami was, and then I will explain sort of the whole process and who won, the final thing, and all that stuff. So yeah, 2035. Yeah, it's taken a while. It's a big project. It's a very big project, but it was fun. Okay. That has to be there. Yep. From the top left corner, 2 over, 3 down. So this one right here. You were right. This one has no bomb. But how did you know? Bye-bye! Yay! Hey, Raw Linux, did you participate in the art just as a show of hands, who participated in the art contest? Because I only oversaw 6 brackets. Oh, do a hard one now? Okay. Okay, you did one. Wait, did you submit it? Okay, I don't know if what was your Kwami's name? Oh, okay, so what was the species? Shoot. I messed up. How? Oh, shoot. Yeah, this one's okay. Yeah. This is why we don't multitask. We're trying to speed run Minesweeper. We're not really speed running. We're just being good. It's a blue jay. Blue jay. I don't think I had yours. I don't think I judged yours. So that was someone else. I don't remember. Did I? Maybe I did do a blue jay. I can't remember. I did all this. I did all mine last week. Was it? Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. Maybe I did mine 2 weeks ago. Hmm. Yeah. You did a bat, Kwame. I had quite a few, well, bats wasn't the most common one. Phoenix was sort of popular, and a lot of people had a similar idea. No, Panda. Panda was pretty popular, and a lot of the pandas had a very similar feel, and that got kind of repetitive. So towards the end, since I had 6 brackets, I was like, I've basically seen this exact same Kwame, just on a different bracket. So like, I'm gonna rank you lower in creativity because clearly if someone else did the same thing, it wasn't as creative. But there was a really cool panda one that I saw. Wanted to make a crow. Yeah, I saw a really cool crow one, and I think that one actually won the bracket. It was a very interesting concept for the crow. So it was pretty cool. Oh yeah. Good. Perfect. Perfect. Nice. Fantastico. I like it. I like it a lot. Cockatoo, because those tiny warriors would make such good villains. I mean, I guess you could, in theory, make a villain one. I'm pretty sure the crow one was sort of a villainy. No, maybe it was the spider one that I remember. That was like a villain. There was one that was a particularly good villain, Kwame, and I thought that was interesting because nobody else that I saw did a villain. I don't know if I don't think the spider won though. There were quite a few where I was like, this one's really cool, but it didn't win. Because I mean, obviously only one could win out of a bracket of 15 or 16. So it was kind of sad. It's quite sad. But that's sort of what happens when you have so many good submissions. This one's going to be rough. I should really learn some of the strategies, like how to know, like in a square of 3, like if 3 in a row, then it's this and this and. Look at the top left 4. These 4? No, I'm just kidding. These 4? Wait, these are 3. Oh wait, top left. Right here? These 4? Which 4? The 4. Oh, the top left 4. This 4. Okay. I'm looking at the 4. 1, 2. Do I notice anything? Has to be like that. Good eye, good eye. Funny. I appreciate you, Mr. Fruit. I appreciate all of you for showing up and keeping me company. Okay. VTuber when? That's a good question. I'm not that big into games, actually. But that'd be kind of fun. When did this side open up? Maybe I'm just being stupid, but I don't remember this side being open. Shoot! Dang it. Okay. Well, in that case, I sort of already am a VTuber because I have a virtual character when I make news videos. So, in that case, I kind of already am a VTuber. So, yeah. If you think about it really hard. Yeah, I don't know why they put confetti for when you lose. I think it'd be more... I don't know if I'd be more motivated, but it'd be kind of funny if they were just like, haha, you lose, you're bad, you know? Although it'd be kind of mean, but... Oh well. That's what we get for being bad. We don't know that. You did a good job at dying, because I don't... Why? I don't get very angry too often. It's very rare to see me like actually angry. You guys have never seen me actually angry. I haven't been actually angry in years. But it's good. Feels good to not be angry. It's better to live a happy life. There we go. Ba-bam. Nope. Yes. Yep. Just kidding. Yep. Oh, about the confetti. Okay. The bus one, I wouldn't say that was true. Like, I can get angry, but it's not like a true anger. You know, like, that's just me being like, oh man, that's kind of annoying, but... Like, that's not a true anger. you know. Where else? Where else can I invade? Teach you the ways of the calm. You just got to accept. You've got to learn to accept what you're given. That's basically the secret. If I die, oh well, that's too bad. I died. Oh well. It's fine. It's just a game, you know? It's fine. Acceptance is for the weak. Okay, well, that's not true in all cases. I guess you could call me weak then. What was sad? Okay, I'm sure there's something down here that we could figure out. Must be one of these. 3. Here, then it could be there. I'm just calm, that's all there is. Okay, well, I don't know. I don't know what the right way. I'm talking about in the game, if I die in the game. That's what I meant. Is if I die in this game, if I blow up a bomb, then it's oh well. There might be some spur of the moment anger, but nothing like, oh my gosh, I am literally so angry, I'm going to go do some bad things or something, you know? I feel like I'm stuck. Where is... There at least has to be one there. I think. Or maybe it's there. It's either, there's either one here or here. Is safe? Oh. At the bottom, under the 3, right here. At the bottom left. Oh, bottom left, under the 3. This one right here. And why is that one safe? Because why? I know, but why is it safe? Like, teach me how you know, so that way I can apply that knowledge. Look at the 1 and the 2 next to it. Yeah. What about it? There has to be a bomb here or here, though. But there can't be a bomb here. Oh, this is safe. Oh, you're saying that's safe, not... yeah, I mismarked that. Whoops. Yeah, I confused myself. You're right, you're right. This is a 3 now. Great, that doesn't help. Dang it. You really need to know some more advanced techniques. I'm not a big Minesweeper player, so I don't know like how to determine all this stuff. So in theory, there could be one here. There could be one here, and then that would make all the rest of these safe except maybe this one. But we don't know. That's the problem, is we just don't know. Dang, this is so tough. Maybe. Yeah. I think we just use our luck power. Boom! That didn't help. Boom! Hey! Let's go. Perfect. This worked out better than I could have imagined. I have luck on my side today. It's not always on my side, but today it was feeling a little bit nice. It's funny. One, two, three. Right, yeah. 1, 2, 3. That means there has to be one up here, but only one. Wait, there's 4 right here. That means there has to be one there. I am not a professional Minesweeper player. Unfortunately not. Of course I'm not a professional Minesweeper player. Well, is there one here or here? Anyone else see anything? There's only one That could be here, here, here. Oh, there we go. Got it. Found the sneaky one. You have no idea how to play this? It's okay. If you try hard enough, you can learn. Five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we're getting close. Yes, yes, yes. Oh wait, there's a mistake somewhere here. That was almost bad. Ooh, that was almost bad. There has to be one there. Yes, there's 4 here. 2, 3, 4. Okay. You're making step. Oh shoot! Where was the mistake? There was nothing there. No, because there was 2 there. Yeah. Dang it. You gotta take your time on this. Okay. Yeah. Alright, well, we went 9 minutes past the stream time. Okay. Just remember, guys, no stream next week, but we're gonna be working on the recap document, and then on the 6th, 2 weeks from now, we will be doing a giant recap stream over the past 17 or 18 streams. I think it's 17. I think it's equal. Yeah. Okay, well, Among Us takes a lot more time, okay? It takes a lot more time. So. Oh well. Okay. Well, that's going to be it for this stream. Thanks for joining me again in another week. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks, or I'll see you tomorrow, depending on if you watch Miraculous Monday. So, yeah. All right. Have a good weekend and Thanksgiving if you're in the U.S. If you're outside of the U.S., then just have a good week, I guess. And I'll see you in a couple weeks. I don't know when we'll do the Kwame contest stream, but stay tuned for announcements on that. But, yeah. Bye, everyone.